Come on, we're playing D&D here, man. Don't give God any ideas, okay?
Ooh, good idea.
No, I take it back.
If it was a trap, he had already written it down.
Could be true.
Are you ready, P6-03?
I am not your plaything, Shockwave. The deal was that I hand over the Anantrum in exchange to be the most powerful being in the universe. So nothing can stand in my way of destroying that mercenary that calls himself Eight-Wheeler. Besides, I have my crew on standby just in case you do any funny business.
Someone is a bit touchy. Lucky for you, there's enough nitrium to spare. Now, hold still, Crossboom. This is going to hurt. A lot. Soundwave, pull the lever. Affirmative.
You're riding the elevator down towards the planet's core. It's a long way down, mere hundreds of floors. What is it each of you are doing as you're riding it?
I want to keep an eye on Wolfer.
Okay, so you're just kind of staring at him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same.
Fair enough.
Taunt him and try to do I taunt them both, I guess, now, and try to do a staring contest.
Okay, I want you all to roll a Constitution check.
That's a 3.
16.
I only have one eye, okay?
That's a nat 20, fellas.
So during your staring contest, his eyes are just like dead open. Like they do not blink or flicker. Eight-Wheeler, you have one eye and you're having a hard time both trying to focus on him and watch the numbers go down as you're descending into the planet's core. Spitfire, you last the longest in the staring contest, but over the intercom's ding kind of distracts you and you kind of blink and lose the staring contest. Over the intercoms, you hear,
I think you've made it far enough for now. I need to help this poor nameless baby Turbofox before I deal with you all. In the meantime, enjoy the archived room and some more company.
and the elevator stops about 3 or 4 floors before the final one, and it opens.
Well, after you guys.
I prefer if you go.
I'm gonna press the bottom floor button again just to make sure that we can't go down any farther.
It makes a ding, but the doors stay open and the elevator does not move.
Crap. Never mind.
You know, it would be tactically, a more tactical advantage if the biggest one went first, in my opinion.
Why would that be more advantageous?
You block the bullets for both of us.
See.
I've heard a rumor that you're pretty good at taking shots.
You heard a rumor.
I've heard a rumor.
From who?
We just met today.
The Zephyr person.
Oh, okay. So the one you killed is managed to talk about me before he died?
Yeah, he was bragging about how easy it is to take you on in a one-on-one, and right before he died.
In this room that this elevator has stopped on this floor is a massive giant ballroom filled with many servers and 2 computers at the far opposite end towards the doorway leading to a different room you can't quite see from where you're at this moment. There are 3 bots in this room that kind of stop and look towards your direction, and their eyes haven't gone red quite yet.
Did you say ballroom?
Yeah, it's a giant ballroom-like room.
Dancing.
Yeah,
with servers and everything. Okay.
correct. Not like drink servers, but like computer servers. Just to be clear.
Did the other bots noticed us?
Yes, they noticed and they stopped what they're doing.
Okay. Spitfire takes a tentative step out of the elevator, hands raised a little bit, but not saying anything, just casually walking off. Everything's fine.
8-wheeler Wolfer.
Follow.
I'm waiting for him to leave first.
I follow Spitfire.
Okay, so you all three of you Scooby-Doo tiptoe your way out of the elevator. It's at that point the bots in this room, their eyes turn red. The nearest one picks up an item that looks like a data pad.
No!
Another one picks up a chair, and the last one panics and then just kind of puts their fist up in a classic cartoon stance of put 'em up. Roll initiatives.
No.
I tried to convince them
That's a 2.
that.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say, can I convince them that this really isn't worth their lives?
Yeah, you can try to roll that.
Is that charisma?
It would indeed.
17.
It's not gonna do it.
Fine.
What?
Fine.
They're being mind controlled.
Well, I mean, I thought that they was just on their free will, from the description of their behavior.
They were until their eyes turned red.
Well, okay.
What's your initiative, Wolfer?
I'm pulling it now.
Mine was 19.
Got it.
5.
Alright, so first up is Spitfire, and the one closest to you is the one that picked up a data pad.
Crap. Dang, I really don't want to have to fight them. But, actually, what's everyone's health at right now?
I have 8.
10 at the moment. Well, temporarily 10.
Okay, alright, I'm gonna use my mini shield, and it is, once a day you may call upon a shield. Its health is XD4, where X is your half current level rounded up, which would be 3, right?
Yep, if you're 5, yep.
Yeah, shield will take all damage as long as its health is not 0. I'm gonna pull that up, and I'm gonna stand in front of 8-wheeler as sort of just like a protective buffer.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
You're welcome, bud.
So you can still do a combat move if you wish, or you can ready it for later.
I'm gonna ready it for later, I think. I don't need
Okay.
to do much right now.
That brings it to the bot's turn. I'm gonna have all three of them go at once. Okay. So the one that has the data pad sees that you put up a shield and turns its direction towards this wolf-like bot friend that joined your party and tries to go after them.
Bring it.
14.
Nope. Macy's 15.
All right. So they swing that data pad, but you kind of duck out of the way. Easy. The next one that has the chair is going to try to go after you, Spitfire, that put up the shield, and it thinks they can go through it.
You fool.
Dirty 20.
Yes.
So they raise that chair above their head and they bring it down as hard as they can, dealing 6 damage to it.
Alright, that I have to read it again.
Okay, so it brings the shield's health down to 2.
Okay.
And as the chair hits the shield, it cracks like butterfly across the whole thing.
Scrap.
The next bot, who panicked and put their fist up, also go after Wolfer.
Awesome.
Another
Nope.
14. So they do a couple punches, but you're dodging.
Pathetic.
Next up is Wolfer.
I'm gonna hit the one with the data pad because he's cheating.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna whip out my dual pistols and shoot him. Nope.
So you shoot the ceiling.
I do.
That's a warning shot.
And then 8-wheeler.
I would like to power link with Bug Shield.
Power link with Bug Shield.
See how that goes. I've never done this before, so I kind of tell him to guide me through the process.
I've never done this before. Sorry.
So as you power links with Bug Shield, your minicon kind of transform into its third alt mode into a heavy shield that then equips to your forearm,
Ooh,
giving you a temporary boost of AC by +2 for 3 turns.
nice. And then guess I'm gonna shoot the one with the head Spitfire with the chair with my ice pistol.
Go at it.
That's a 26.
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
9.
9 damage.
Bunch of damage.
Yeah. How do you want to do this?
I'll just I'll shoot it on the leg, trying to like stop him in place, not killing him. Just kind of freeze the leg. Hopefully it'll deter him from moving.
Yeah. So you take a shot at his leg, which freezes up and sticks to the floor, making him trip backwards, snapping the leg off and give him a concussion, knocking them out.
Ooh.
Ouch.
With that, it's back to Spitfire's turn.
Think I still have a little bit of my shield left. I'm gonna keep that close by. So there's one with the data pad focused on Wolfer, and then the one with his fists is left.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, they're both focused on Wolfer at the
I'm
moment.
gonna go for the one with his fists up. I'm just gonna shoot him with my blaster. Been years.
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
Woo!
Little dirty 20.
Dirty.
How would you like to shoot them? Well, I guess you need to roll damage to see how.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna shoot his feet.
You shoot his feet, and they just kind of like do that like classic.
Like the cowboy duel.
Yeah, the cowboy do where they like jump up and down.
Dance spot.
But it's not quite enough to deter him off of Wolfer.
Dang.
Next up are the bots. The first one being the data pad, who's gonna move around you, Wolfer, to try to flank you.
Of course.
Flanking.
Nope.
And fail. And then it would have been the chair's turn, but he's a little busy on the floor. So now it's the bot with the fist, who is also flanking you. Wow, they are bad at this.
I feel like I'm in the Matrix right now, where Neo's just dodging everything.
That's what's happening to you, man. Yeah, they all miss, and you're just kind of perfectly dodging everything.
Fools.
Which brings us to your turn.
Well, I'm gonna hit the one that's flanking me, if I can.
Okay.
With the pistols. Not 20?
Absolutely. We'll double your damage if you wish.
10.
Yeah, how you want to do this?
I want to turn around and look him in the eye, and then I just want to giggle. And I put the pistol up underneath his head while the other one's kind of aimed at the one with the fist in front of me, and just...
Yeah, so you turn around, you giggle, you swing your hand underneath there with your pistol underneath their head, and you blast, taking their head clean off. They drop to their knees and fall to the side.
Excellent.
Oh, my Primus.
8-wheeler. Yes, that's me. What's up?
No.
8-wheeler, go ahead.
Is there still one left, right?
Yes.
The one with the fists, right?
Correct.
How far is he away from me?
Not that far after they kind of rushed to you. He's next to Wolfer, so they went around you, so it's actually pretty close to you at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna try to level the field, and I'll try to punch him.
Okay.
That's a natural 1 + 1.
You accidentally punch Wolfer. Roll damage.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o.
It's that classic scene of they are perfectly lined up, and the enemy bot ducked and you punched Wolfer
That's
for 4 damage. You want to re-roll that one?
That's what I was gonna say, but no.
Wolfer, you take 4 damage from 8-wheeler.
My bad.
We're on the same team here. What are you doing?
Just kind of slipped, I guess.
I'll keep that in mind.
That brings us to Spitfire.
Alright, I'm gonna take another shot.
Please don't punch me.
Well, it's not gonna be a punch, it's gonna be a shoot this time. Well, I really hope I don't see you, but we'll see.
See what happens. No harm, no foul.
It's up to the dice.
Primus, be kind.
Yeah, that'll hit it. Alright, how would you like to do?
I wanna move in a bit closer, keeping my shield up, and then just try and take a shot for like his shin or his leg area.
Okay. So you move up closer and you take a shot towards their shin area, which does quite a bit of damage, and it looks like they're almost at their like limit. You can see some of their leg like blasted off, but they're still in it for the fight, which brings it to their turn, who's still focusing on Wolfer.
Man, they really like you.
And missing.
I'm
And missing.
fabulous. I'm just fabulous.
Wolfer, your go.
I think it's the fur. All right, as I'm just got done blasting this other one in the head, I want to try and shoot the other one with the other pistol in my hand.
Okay.
The 13 hit.
Yes.
6.
How are you doing this?
I hope he's close enough to the point where the barrel is just like on his forehead.
Sure. Yeah, so because they're doing hand-to-hand combat, they're like right up in your grill.
All up in my grill.
Get it? Transformers grill. And you
Yeah.
turn and you point your barrel at their head and you blast a hole clean through. And smoke comes out the other end and they fall backwards and hit the floor. End of combat.
If we are to survive this encounter, I'm gonna have to rely on you guys to be a little bit more efficient.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, we can't exactly trust you just yet.
I just did most of the damage here, and I just got punched in the head by the tall one right there.
That's not his fault.
Yep,
It's
that's not
totally
my
his
fault.
fault. It is
He-
totally your fault.
They dodged at the last minute, and the punch just kept going.
Over the intercoms, you hear Kor's voice.
Stop it. You are wasting precious resource.
Fine.
What? Resources? What?
Yeah, what is that? What resources?
What does that mean, Core?
No answer.
Of course.
Well, I guess we'll have to inspect the room and see if we can find a way down.
In this room, like I said earlier, it's just a massive ballroom with computer servers and 2 computers at the end of the opposite side of where the elevator is. And over there is another door that leads into another room. What do you do?
I guess I go check out the door.
That would be the obvious answer, though. Or do we sure we wanna? Could be a trap.
We'll never know until we find out.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
All right, come on, we're playing D&D here, man. Don't give God any ideas, okay?
Ooh, good idea.
No, I take it back.
If it was a trap, he had already written it down.
Could be true. So you walk to this other door, which is wide open, and in the center of this other room, it's a giant circular room with a massive hologram of Alpha Trion in a center. And in the middle, like right in front of the hologram itself, is a giant data pad with text that look like is scrolling up. As you're walking in, you can also see on the ceiling, there seems to be like moving pictures. Like it looks like wall, but it's moving as if it wasn't, and it looks like it's telling a story. There's a pair of doors on the opposite side of this room. Other than that, there's not a whole lot else. There's a giant beam overhead that's made of beautiful chrome and fancy curls and flowers carved into it. What do you do?
It's a lot to process.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my mind just latched onto doors again. I know that I was like, okay, there's something of Alpha Trion, and there's this beautiful chrome beam with flowers, and I'm like,
Moving
door.
pictures.
I want to inspect the story.
Okay, I'm gonna deal with Zephyr real quick.
Yep.
Wolfer, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Wolfer, you go over to the doors, and they do not open. They seem to be locked.
Can I lockpick this? Is there lockpicking in here?
No.
Not in this draft.
We've encountered a situation over here, and once again, another rumor has told me that one of you are really good at going through doors.
You sure do know a lot about us.
How much
I know a lot about you guys. How else?
did Zephyr just spill when he was supposedly dying?
He's an honorable man, or honorable bot. He,
Is he?
I don't think an honorable bot would
well, of
just
course he's an honorable bot.
tell
What do you mean, is
everything.
he? He didn't, he went out in the warrior's way. Truly a warrior way.
Spilling all the secrets.
Yeah, as a Decepticon would.
He's not as pathetic as you guys.
Mad? Why you mad?
Yeah, why are you? You're not Zephyr.
No, but he's An honorable bot!
You barely knew him.
I'm so mad.
You barely.
I don't know about that.
You knew him for what? For the 5 minutes it took you to kill him?
Did he tell you his life story?
I spliced his brain before I killed him.
Oh man,
Ew.
you did a lot of things
Ew.
very fast.
We only left him alone for not that
It's,
long.
Time has no... Time is perceived differently in this place.
So as Wolfer is trying to argue with you two, Eight-Wheeler, what are you looking at, the hologram or the walls first?
The not the hologram of Alpha Trion. There was a story being shown around the room.
Yeah, there was a story that was being told on the walls, and then there's a data pad in front of the hologram that was scrolling text.
I'll do the walls first.
Walls first. Spitfire, what are you doing during this?
Since he's looking at the wall, I will look at the hologram.
Okay, we will go to the walls first, just because it makes more sense chronologically. So on the walls, colors begin to spiral and a big bang goes off. Stars fly out into darkness. Some of the holograms reach out of the screen, showing the stars like spreading across the galaxy. A being made of pure light appears, and it kind of looks like a mechanical being, but you can only make out bright silhouette of them. They move their hands and arms out from their chests, so now that their palms are facing out on each side of their body. On the left, a light blue being, almost childlike in comparison to the being made of pure light, comes into existence. And on the right side, a black hole appears, then morphs into another childlike being, this time made of orange. At that moment, the being of life begins to disappear like dust in the wind.
And then a My Little Pony shows up.
The blue child moves around like it's learning to walk and begins picking up the space dust and making things with them, such as planets, moons, and full-on solar systems. The orange child, on the other hand, begins to cry and watches their sibling create things, and a low red hue appears around them. They get up and start to smash everything the other child is creating. And soon after, it shows a montage of time passing, and they soon begin to start fighting. As this is happening, you can see worlds and stars getting destroyed from their ongoing feud. You do not know how much time has passed, but at some point, the being made of blue decides to create 13 other creatures who are much smaller than the two beings you've seen so far. And they're like ants in comparison. Each of these 13 are different colors: yellow, red, gray, pink, etc. It's right after this the being made of blue curls into a ball and begins to slumber, while the 13 brand new beings continue the fight with the orange being made from a black hole. Mere moments afterwards, they're victorious and finally defeated. But then the walls begin to abruptly fizzle, and a small bit of text comes up, and it says, more information is needed. See Alpha Trion statue in the room for more information.
Okay, I want to roll I don't know, it's a roll for that, I guess. It would be an intellect, or maybe wisdom, I don't know. You
Wisdom,
tell me, if I would recognize this story.
Yep.
Yeah. Wisdom it is. Please don't be a himbo. 17.
Yes, so you recognize this story. It's one of the variations of how the original 13 primes were created, and that the blue being made of light and the orange being made of light were Primus and Unicron in their ancient battles.
Okay, perfect. I walk over to the pad and ask Spitfire what she's learned from it.
Spitfire, on the Alpha Trion statue pad, it states, Alpha Trion, the storyteller. Before Core, and it spells out Core, ever existed, Alpha Trion used to call this place home. Through the ages, collecting stories, but no one to talk to and share. Thus, he created the consciousness of resources, or core. The rest of the information on the datapad, when it scrolls up, is black box redacted.
That's strange.
What have you learned?
Instead of just saying, I'm just gonna say I relay all the information that was given to me to Wheeler.
That works for me.
would we know who Alpha Trion is?
Yes.
We would not. So Alpha Trion created Core, which is the entity that's locking us up in here, and it has the baby Turbofox.
Are you saying this out loud or to yourself?
Yeah, kind of like analyzing it with Spitfire
Mm-hmm.
and kind of trying to figure out why she's kind of controlling. Well, do we know if she's well? I guess we wouldn't if she's controlling the other ones, but like I guess we'll figure out why she wants a Turbofox. She kind of doesn't add up in a way, but
At that moment, the data pad in front of you, all the text disappears, and over the intercom you can hear Core.
You murders. This poor little Turbofox has gone through so much in so little time. It's better off without you.
And on the screen in front of the Alpha Trion statue, it pops up through this perspective of the Turbofox. And we can see the little baby hanging out in this abandoned house with its mother, cuddling her and whatnot. And then we get transitions to the baby fox being held at gunpoint by Zephyr. And then it transitions to another scene where the baby is witnessing its mother being blasted in front of him. And then another transition to where it's being carried by 8-wheeler out its home, and it sees its father also blasted outside of the house. And then the screen goes black.
are you laughing in character or are you laughing out of character?
It's so creepy.
A bit of both. I'm either laughing at the fact that karma has finally caught up to me, and I'm laughing at the fact that this person's petty enough in character. I'm laughing at the person's petty enough to throw this as an argument against me.
Any reactions?
Spitfire's jaw drops. She doesn't quite know how to process what she just saw. She kind of looks up to 8-wheeler like,
I thought you guys said that you just found the baby.
Well, we technically said we saved the baby from the planet.
Interrupting you at this point, Core goes,
Now, what I don't understand is why an Autobot would be anywhere near a murderous mercenary and a tiny little Decepticon. Speaking of such, I thought their kind were extinct due to their little tempers getting out of hand. I must know your story.
You seem to know us pretty well.
there's no tiny Decepticon nearby.
right.
Yeah. No,
Not
I'm
tiny.
nice.
The door unlocks next to Wolfer and opens. And for 8-wheeler at least, a familiar figure steps out. A large bot. Now, not a lot of bots are larger than 8-wheeler, but this one is. And they look like they turn into some form of Cybertronian tank. And they push Wolfer aside as the door shuts behind it. And they thump their way to the center of the room. Ground Chop looks like they're pushing buttons on the Alpha Trion hologram. On the opposite side of the room is 8-wheeler and Spitfire. Wolfer, you're behind them.
Do we know the spot, or you said it was Ground Chop?
Yeah, I know the bot. I'm trying to figure out.
So Spitfire and Zephyr would not know.
Okay.
I scream at him, say, "Ground Chop! Is that you? Is that really you?" And I start running, see if I can snap him out or see if he's really there.
As soon as you say their name, they don't look up, but their optics begin to glow red underneath their tinted visor. And it's as if multiple voices are speaking at once.
Remember what happened on Tyr?
I do.
All those lives destroyed. Haha. We had so much fun. We continued bombarding the planet from space. Even after our scanners said it was wiped of all life. Hence, we gave it the name Char. Kind of funny, isn't it?
At the time, yes, but not anymore. And you know that. We changed.
Then just Core's voice speaks through Ground Chop.
Accessing files on Zephyr Spitfire. Upload complete.
Immediately it switches back to what sounds like Ground Chop and Core speaking at the same time.
Oh, this is rich. Someone was double dipping in their sales.
Slowly turns his head towards Wolfer and then turns back.
And you, Spitfire, you're nothing like these two. Why do you continue to help them?
and they continue to press buttons.
Well, I mean, 8-wheeler's right. Bots can change, right?
She doesn't necessarily sound just too sure of herself.
I hope he changes soon, because I'm going to shoot him.
Ground chop, talk to me.
Well, I guess not.
So, Wolfer misses with the blast, and Ground Chop continues to press buttons more quickly.
Wolfer, stand down.
Isn't it obvious he's up to something? Are you blind by emotion?
I know he's up to something. We don't have to kill him.
Ground Chop chuckles.
I want to run and see if I can knock him out.
You're gonna have to stop him from whatever he's doing. I'd rather not know than to figure it out after he does it.
I'm gonna run up, and I'm gonna use my ice pistol to freeze his cranial cortex.
Before you do that, you're in mid-run holding your ice pistols in hand. He turns up and looks at you, and like a flicker of the red disappears, and you can see his orange optics for a second, and he goes,
I'm reliving the old days, boss.
and they go back to red, and at that moment, the ceiling begins to collapse as it explodes and the massive beam from overhead comes crashing down. Everyone, roll athletics.
This isn't combat, right?
Nope.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Where I spend my 20.
Wow, 3 sevens again. Look at that.
Look at that. Time to go roll for lottery, everybody.
I know. Time to go to Reno.
Yeah, no kidding.
8-wheeler and Wolfer at the moment are both standing on the same side as Ground Chop. Spitfire, it sounds like you're still over there on the opposite side of the room with the data
Correct.
screen reading the Alphatron. Okay, perfect. 8-wheeler, you're able to dodge the massive beam overhead. Lots of the debris that's falling. Zephyr and Spitfire. Spitfire, you dodge into the direction of the room you guys just came out of, the ballroom-like room. But you take 4 damage from debris falling on you.
Right?
Zephyr, or Wolfer at the time, you take 3 damage of debris falling on you. But you guys are too far into this room. The center beam crashes into the floor, ripping it open and causing both 8-wheeler and Wolfer and Ground Chop to fall into this pit. Debris continues raining down from above and causes the floor beneath you to crumble and drop again. So you drop another floor. The floor that you are now in looks like to be some form of like old repair and spare parts room for data pads and equipments meant for like healing minor injuries to those things. Wires dangle and sparks fly by and chunks of metal are everywhere. The hologram of Alpha Trion is now on this floor with you and on its side, flickering on and off. Ground Chop appears to have fallen and caught themselves underneath the massive beam. Only their left hand is free and their head, and they look to be knocked out at the moment.
Okay, I have a question. Sorry if I'm not keeping track, but we're trying to go to like the top floor or the bottom floor?
Bottom.
Okay, so to my response, I tell him,
Well, 2 more floors to go, I suppose.
I ignore his comment and I run to Ground Chop.
Okay, at this moment, we're going to switch to Spitfire. Spitfire, you made it safe. You did not fall. You're still on this floor. What's going through your head? What are you thinking? What are you doing?
Can I see the pit that they did fall through?
Yes, it looks like it goes for a long time.
She just like panics a bit and like looks down the hole like,
Oh, Primus. Oh, scrap. Oh, Primus. I'm like, what do I do?
because it's not safe to just jump down, and I'm assuming there's not an easy way to just climb down regardless.
Correct.
And she's kind of stumped.
As you're stumped, you're kind of thrown into a dark memory. It rushes over your brain module, almost
No,
consuming every thought in your head. You're immediately reliving one of your memories. You're on Cybertron in a battle, standing in what seems like a constructed trench. The sky is dark and raining. The only things that light up the sky are lasers shooting overhead. Streaks of blue and red paint the night sky like a meteor shower. You just ran out of ammo, and you are needing to go back to base and restock. Your mentor is crouching about 100 yards away from you near some wounded Autobots, but you see a dark figure along the top of the trench approaching behind them that they have not seen yet. You're too far away to run over. What do you do?
She hesitates for a moment, just caught in fear and panic and all the adrenaline. And finally she snaps out of it and just gives a shout to him, for anything to help. Just, behind you, look out!
Your mentor, Sidewinder, stands up and turns towards your direction, raising a hand to cover their brow to help them see through the rain. It's at this moment the dark figure, still unknown to him, raises a large sniper rifle, fires point blank after dropping from the top of the trench. Scrapnel and energon explodes from Sidewinder's chest, and before Sidewinder can drop to his knees, the dark figure pulls their body back so that they may remove his chrome Autobot badge before tossing him to the side, along with the other injured bots. The figure then raises the badge to the sky, and thunder and lightning goes off, revealing the figure to be a mercenary and look like they turn into some form of Cybertronian truck. A single optic beneath a visor that stretches from one side of their face to the other. The mercenary insignia is as dark as the night sky, but also has the initial CD under it. They quickly turn and leap out of the trenches, tossing a small ball-shaped object behind them with a little red light on top.
Definitely just drop down to take cover.
You drop down to take cover as the little detonator goes off, and you're brought back into the library in the ballroom.
She snaps out of it with a jolt, and clutches her chest, takes a step back and gives herself a minute to just come back to reality and try to shake it off. It's probably one of her least favorite memories, one that she's tried to keep away as much as she can, but it kind of gives her an unease knowing that, why is she with a Decepticon and a mercenary, and it kind of sends a rift through her thoughts and just kind of confuses her.
At this point, we'll switch to 8-Wheeler and Zephyr.
I don't know. I don't like how you said that.
Oh no.
Ground Chop's hand twitches.
Ground Chop? Hey, buddy. Are you there? I can't lose you again.